Lots of good looking in Quebec with the Grey Line. In the greatest comfort, discover the hidden secrets and many faces of Quebec City and its surroundings with Grey Line's professional certified tour guide. Choose among 4 different tours departing from La Place d'Armes. Free pickup service from your hotel. The Grey Line, 622-7420.
Quebec, an immense land in the eastern part of Canada, is the largest of the 10 provinces. With more than 6 million people, Quebec represents 1/4 of the overall Canadian population and occupies 1/6 of the country, making it 3 times larger than France. A province with a majority of French-speaking people, its population is concentrated in the St. Lawrence Valley in the southern part of Quebec, mainly in the 2 largest cities, Montreal, the metropolis, and Quebec City, the capital. Quebec is endowed with a rich history still visible today, and sceneries whose magnificence is legendary. It's the cradle of North America and the gateway to a new world. On this stretch of land between river and mountains, a people unique on the continent, strong and proud of its Amerindian, French, and British roots, settled and prospered. All year long, this region provides exceptional relaxation and recreational sites. A true delight for the local residents, as well as for the thousands of tourists who come each year to discover this marvelous part of the country. Today, Quebec City is a modern and dynamic city with skyscrapers, shopping centers, a university, industries, and numerous services bearing witness to a tremendous economic development of the region, placing it among the world's most affluent and famous cities. However, the capital has preserved the priceless treasures of its history and tradition, and the result is a happy blend of modern and ancient architecture. In 1608, the French explorer Samuel de Champlain founded Quebec City on the present site of Place Royale. Witness to 3 centuries of history, this site, as well as the old Quebec City, are invaded every year by hundreds of thousands of visitors who come to take advantage of its festive ambience. While taking a trip back into the past in these narrow streets, they find lively districts bustling with a host of shows and streets lined with unique shops and sunny sidewalk cafes. Picturesque and enchanting sights with a European charm. In 1985, Quebec City, in Algonquin, where the river narrows, was the first North American city to be included on the World Heritage List by UNESCO. It joins Krakow, Cairo, Tunis, Jerusalem, and the old districts of Rome and Florence as one of the world's treasures. It's a real paradise for artists. The numerous regional parks offer lovely places where people can relax and enjoy their favorite activities. Battlefields Park, better known as the Plains of Abraham, is the most frequented and important historic park. This wonderful stretch of greenery covering more than 200 acres is a quiet place for admiring the majestic St. Lawrence River. The several towers, cannons, and monuments recall the most tragic event in the history of Quebec, the Conquest. In 1759, in spite of its fortifications, Quebec could not resist English invasion. The region was besieged and the city was shelled. The battle lasted only 15 minutes, but left more than 1,000 people dead or wounded. The French lost. The event marked the beginning of British power over Quebec as France ceded its colony to England. However, thanks to the Quebec Act of 1774, French Canadians kept the right to practice their Catholic religion, then banned in England, as well as to carry on their customs and speak their language, all of which they have preserved to this day. The Festival International d'été is the greatest French-speaking cultural event in America. For 10 consecutive days in July, Quebecers celebrate in a very special way. The festival takes place in the streets, parks, and squares of the city and its surroundings. The magical atmosphere reflects the joie de vivre of all Quebecers. Shows, clowns, dancers, acrobats, and jugglers provide a continuous entertainment long after sunset. The citadel, dominating the battlefields at the top of Cap Diamant, constitutes the eastern flank of the fortifications, making Quebec the only remaining walled city on the continent. Built in 1820 under the English regime, it has never been used for military purposes. Occupied since 1871 by the Canadian Army, it serves as headquarters to the Royal 22nd Regiment, the Vendeus. In keeping with military tradition, every day of the summer, the changing of the guard takes place with great fanfare. Baptiste, the mascot of the 22nd Royal Regiment, is always present to add that special touch, accompanied by regimental music. The Palais de l'Assemblée Nationale shows the political role of the capital. According to the British North America Act of 1867, Quebec City became the capital of the province, with Pierre-Joseph Olivier Chauveau as Prime Minister. Nowadays, this superb Renaissance-style building is the heart of government, or what Quebecers call the biggest industry of Quebec. It employs more than 40,000 officials in 26 different departments. Although several ministers contributed to the development of the province, Mr. René Lévesque, with his determination and his love of Quebec, was one of the most spirited defenders of the French language, Quebec's culture, and the rights of all the French-speaking communities in America. Everywhere, from time immemorial, the fleur-de-lis has represented purity, frankness, peace, greatness, and sovereignty. It's a symbol of Quebec's French origin and goes well with the provincial motto, I remember. Situated in Battlefields Park, the Quebec Museum was the first national museum created in the province. A tour of its 6 galleries allows visitors to discover a cultural heritage of great value. Its collection of Quebec art, with more than 12,000 works, is the largest of its kind in Canada. It shows the different steps in the evolution of art in Quebec and represents a complete range of the various artistic forms: paintings, sculptures, drawings, gold and silver objects, engraving, and the decorative arts. Quebec City also boasts a museum of international caliber, the 4th largest in Canada, the Museum of Civilization. The outstanding integration of this thoroughly modern building in the oldest district of the city brought it several awards of excellence. The museum is endowed with superb facilities of high technical quality. In this center of knowledge, thought, and learning, discover Quebec's history and traditions, while comparing it with other cultures and customs. The museum plays host to various exhibits based on 5 major themes: the body, matter, society, language, and thought. The St. Lawrence River, one of the greatest rivers in the world, crosses the south of the province for 1,680 kilometers. Because of its geographic position, Quebec City was, throughout the last century, the connection point between the sea and the interior. It became the maritime capital and one of the world's major shipbuilding centers. Nowadays, with the lively shipbuilding industry still going on, the port continues to accommodate merchant ships and pleasure boats from all corners of the world. Take a walk in the old port and admire the impressive beauty of the river. The Quebec City region is replete with natural sights. Mountains, lakes, and rivers offer breathtaking views of magnificent scenic spots, such as the Jacques-Cartier Valley, the Beauce, and the Côte de Beaupré. The soul of a river is also its islands, and there is one island which is particularly fascinating because of its picturesque location, varied countryside, fertile farmland, and the unique character of its inhabitants. This island, originally named Bacchus Island, has been called Île d'Orléans for more than 3 centuries now. Île d'Orléans, 42 miles of quiet things, sang the great poet and folk singer of Quebec, Félix Leclerc. An island abounding in natural sights and legends to be discovered. A few kilometers from Quebec City, the Montmorency River forms one of the most impressive waterfalls in North America. The Montmorency Falls is 83 meters high, 1.5 times that of Niagara Falls in Ontario. Each year, thousands of people make pilgrimages to the shrine of Sainte-Anne-de-Beaupré in order to pray, especially on the feast of Sainte Anne, celebrated on July 26th. The Neo-Roman basilica was dedicated to Sainte Anne for having saved seamen from certain death. Since then, numerous miracles have been attributed to her. Close to the shrine are the Grand Canyon Falls, another quiet and enchanting place frequented by many visitors. Finally, there is the National Wildlife Reserve of Cap Tourmente on the Côte de Beaupré, a wildly beautiful spot offering a magnificent view of the St. Lawrence River. Every year, thousands of snow geese stop over during their migration, providing a marvelous spectacle which attracts and delights nature observers. Discover the Sea World at the Aquarium of Quebec, a fun activity for the whole family. Its dark, circular galleries house nearly 300 aquatic species, charming in their beauty and color. But outdoors, everyone can appreciate the show afforded by the ever-popular seals. The Zoological Garden offers another pleasant place to enjoy outdoor activities with the family and to discover the fascinating world of animals. Walking along well-groomed trails, you can see over 1,000 specimens representing some 270 wildlife species from around the world. Throughout the year, visitors come to enjoy the lovely sight while discovering a little bit more each time about the life of these local and exotic animals. Quebec City and its regions present an outdoor recreational paradise providing a wide range of activities. Numerous sport activities are offered to suit everyone's taste, recreational or competitive. For more action, go to the Quebec Air Show or to the Hippodrome of Quebec. Expo Quebec, with its many rides, offers quite a thrill as well. Discovering Quebec City also means enjoying its nightlife. A stroll along well-lit streets will let you appreciate another side of the city. Spend a pleasant evening in one of the many sidewalk cafes and bars of the region, or let yourself be carried away by the enticing music of a disco bar. Do not miss Quebec's fine cuisine. The city has more than 300 restaurants to satisfy gourmets. Have a nice evening at the Grand Théâtre of Quebec City, another important cultural center in the capital. Throughout the year, local and foreign artists, including the internationally acclaimed Quebec Symphony Orchestra, perform at the Grand Théâtre. A great way to get in touch with regional customs and follow the artistic evolution. Quebec City, 1,001 faces. Quebecers making the most of life in their own way all year round. And there's also the Quebec Winter Carnival, a snow festival, an event of international scale. Held in February, a 10-day celebration of continuous activities with the famous Bonhomme Carnaval, a great magical and fairy-like event. To discover Quebec City is to revive its history and tradition, and to feel the warm hospitality and the joie de vivre of its inhabitants. An unforgettable visit, leaving an undying memory and the desire to return, whatever the season, to see this ever-changing part of the country.